How's it going, people? For today's video, we're going to take a look at all of the new Fortnitemares buildings that you get from the LEGO Pass, and we're also going to take a look at all of the decor items. But before we get into it, there were a few things I wanted to mention first. I do have something special saved for the end of the video for those who can make it. I also wanted to share some tips I learned while leveling up the LEGO Pass. When it comes to finding treasure maps, you'll be able to get those by killing pirates and picking up their loot. I believe you can also get it by fishing and feeding Klombo. And when it comes to the daily quest where you have to kill pirates, what they mean is skeleton pirates, not like the regular pirates. And those are the skeletons that wear bandanas and pirate hats. But yeah, just go to the shore or beach biome at night and you should be able to see them there. Like always, when it comes to leveling up your LEGO Pass quickly, you'll want to make sure that you complete your dailies in your regular survival world. You'll also want to complete your weeklies. I was able to finish half of my LEGO Pass by just completing all of my weekly challenges. And you'll also want to complete your sandbox dailies. So you may have to make a sandbox world if you haven't already. And just to give you sort of a brief description on how I view the LEGO Pass, there's a lot of good free decor items you can get in the top row. Just to name a couple, for example, I really liked the pool table that we got, and no, you can't play on it. Also really liked the free fireplace that you get. But my favorite decor items are probably the ones that are included in the Frankie's bundle, which are these three down here. Almost all of the red decor items will require iron bars. So you're gonna need a lot of iron and bright core in order to craft these particular decor items. And when it comes to the new houses, obviously you're going to need a lot of wood and granite, but what surprised me is that you'll also need a lot of wooden rods as well as glass. So if you haven't started building these yet, those are the materials you're going to want to start farming now. Iron ore, bright core, wooden rods, and glass. And the last tip I want to point out has to deal with the lag. I did buy the last couple of levels in my LEGO Pass, and I noticed when I loaded in, every time I tried to build one of those new items, I would freeze for about 10 seconds. And I believe the reason it would lag so bad, like other than the normal lag, is because I had a lot of items in my inventory that had the yellow exclamation mark on it, letting you know that it's a new item. So I pretty much just wasted like 2-3 hours clicking on one of the new items to clear off that exclamation mark. And once I scrolled over each of the new items, the lagging stopped. Or I should say that extra lag stopped. And now we just lag like normal, right? So if you're trying to build one of these new builds and you notice yourself lagging for about 10 seconds, you may just want to go through your inventory and check off all of the new items. And that should help you out with the extra lag we've been seeing lately. Anyways, first up, I want to take a look at the new buildings. And the first one we're going to start off with is the one you get for free after you finish leveling up your LEGO Pass. This one's called the Dump on Old Dirt Drive, and here's everything you'll need to build it. It has a total of 29 stages, and here's what it looks like from the outside. It looks very similar to the Pleasant Pavilion building, just with different walls. I feel like it's a good building to use to place down your crafting bench and your lumber mills, all of your utility items, because there's a lot of space. The thing I wanted to point out with this building is that there is sort of a little basement underneath it. Doesn't really have a whole lot of room, but you can place down some stuff down there as well. So yeah, that's what the Dump on Old Dirt Drive looks like. Probably my least favorite Fortnitemares building. The next one we're going to take a look at is the Eyesore of Erie Avenue. And here's everything you'll need to build it. It has a total of 74 stages. And it's the only building that has its own gates. Here's what it looks like from the rear. We have a back door. And here's what it looks like from this side. So let's just go ahead and check out the first floor. You got a little room on the left, which leads to the back door. We have a little room on the right, and it's pretty much just like that on every floor. So we go up to the second floor. We got another little room here and another little room here. And if we go to the third floor, we have a little room here and a little room here. I think the fence is the thing I like most about this building. Alright, so the next building we're going to take a look at is the Creeker on Bleecker Street. And here's everything you'll need to build it. It has a total of 86 stages, and I believe that's the most out of all of the Halloween buildings. Here's what it looks like from the outside. We have the door in the front, the side, as well as the rear. And let's go ahead and check out the first floor. We just got one big room here and a smaller room here. But we also have the door to the side as well as the back door on this floor. We go back inside, go up to the second floor, we got a small room here and an even smaller room here. And if we go to the third floor, we got another small room here and another smaller room here. I think this is my second favorite Halloween building that we got. And when it comes to the final building, actually, no, this isn't it. This is a custom build. And the last building you can get from the premium track in the LEGO Pass is called the Ruin of Rue Royale. And there's all the materials you'll need to build it. Here's what it looks like from the front. Here's what it looks like from the side. Here's what it looks like from the rear. And here's what it looks like from this side. So there's a lot of doors on the first and second floor. Before we get into it though, I should probably point out the stairs at the bottom of this stairway aren't really a part of the build. I had to add them so we could make it onto the stairs. The reason I had to add stairs is because I elevated it, and I'll explain why I elevated this above the ground a little bit later. But first, if we go to the first floor, you see we have a balcony. We go inside, we have this main room here. We have a door that leads to that side of the balcony and a room over here. Same thing on the other side. You have a door that leads to the balcony and a room on the side. We also have a room in the back that has two doors that lead outside to another balcony that has two stairs that lead down. So that's everything on the first floor. Once we go up to the second floor, we have this main room here. We also have a room on this side that has a door that leads to a balcony. There's a balcony on this side. We also have a room on this side, and that bed did not come with this build. That's pretty much the entire interior of this building. But yeah, the reason we elevated the build above ground is because I wanted to build a basement underneath this building. And you see when we destroy this wall here, there's only a little bit of space down here, and I wanted more space for our basement. So that's why I built it above ground. So that way we can destroy these pieces later and have a bigger basement. So that may be something you want to consider when placing down your buildings. But those are all of the different buildings you get from the LEGO Pass. Alright, so next up we're going to take a look at all of the free decor that you can get from the LEGO Pass. And the first ones we're going to take a look at are the ones that were included in the Frightful Furnishings theme, which are all of these items here. So this one has 3 beds, and here's everything you'll need to make the 3 beds. One of them has spikes on it. We also have sort of like an open casket bed. And here's what the third bed looks like. And this is probably my favorite free bed in the entire LEGO Pass. We also got a lot of tables and counters with the free version of the LEGO Pass. And most of these required planks and wooden rods. But yeah, there's some of the items you'll need to craft these new tables and counters. And here's what those tables and counters look like. The table I like the most is the pool table, but unfortunately you can't really play on it, but that's what the pool table looks like. We also got some really weird chairs. We also got a stool, as well as some other furniture. There's the items you'll need to craft them. And here's what that furniture looks like in game. And here's the other chair right here. And here's the weird looking chair and the little stool. We also got a new sink, a new toilet, and a new bathtub. And here's what those items look like in game. We also got 4 different street lamps, as well as this candle and a couple of wall and ceiling lights. And here's what those items look like. You see the 4 street lamps, the candle, and here's what the ceiling light looks like, as well as the wall light. We also got a bunch of bookcases as well, and there's everything you'll need to build them. And here's what they look like in game. Oh, there's another sofa. Out of all of those, I think I like this one the most. We also got a couple of rugs, and here's what they look like. Spiderweb's another one of my favorite items that we got with the free version of the LEGO Pass. But there's what the spiderweb looks like. Here's what the wall ghost looks like. And here's what the cracked mirror looks like. We also got a bunch of small decor items, and I'll scroll over each of them. Out of all of these, I would say the I Saw It item is probably my favorite. I didn't expect to get a saw in LEGO Fortnite, but here we are. We also got a statue as well as the fireplace, and this fireplace is one of my favorite items in the entire LEGO Pass. And the last thing we got was this pumpkin cart, which you can see here. So all of these decor items should be free. Next up we have the Eternal Abode items, and I believe you'll get these items for free as well. A lot of these red items will require iron. So you see with this table, or with this footstool, or with this chair, they all require iron. And here's what those items look like in game. We got our table, the footstool, the chair. See, we also got a sink, a commode, and a soaker. There's everything you'll need to build them. And here's what those items look like. There's the commode, the sink, and you can use all three of those, and the soaker. We also got a wall candle, which you can see there, and it sort of gives off a red light. There's what it looks like. We also got a couple of displays, and there's what you'll need to build them. And here's what they look like in game. And we also got a cabinet. There's everything you need to build that. But you can only store 6 items in it. But yeah, that also requires iron. So yeah, if it's red, it'll most likely require iron. Here's our rug right here. We also got a mirror, which you can see here. It doesn't really reflect anything though. And I believe those are all of the free items you'll get from the LEGO Pass. Now we're going to take a look at the decor items you get from the premium track. And first we're going to start off with my favorite theme, which is Frankie's Place theme. And these are some of the first decor items you'll unlock when you upgrade to the premium track. So first we'll start off with the beds. There's everything you'll need to make them. And here's what one of the beds look like. I don't know why it's so tiny, but this is probably the smallest bed in the entire game. And here's what the second bed looks like in game. We also got a bunch of tables with this bundle, as well as counters. There's everything you'll need to build them, and here's what they look like in game. And here's another table down here. We also got a new chair called Frankie's Armchair. We also got a sink, a toilet, and a shower. And here's what they look like. And I do like the shower. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is the sink, people. I don't know why they're making us sit on the sink. This is not how you use the sink, people. I don't know why they're making us sit on it. But yeah, they'll make you sit on Frankie's sink for some reason. And here's what it looks like when you sit on Frankie's toilet. That is not how you wash your hands, bro. We also got a couple of really good lights with this thing. There's everything you'll need to make them. And here's what it looks like in game. It sort of gives off a bluish purple glow. So that's what one of them looks like. Here's what the other one looks like. We also got 4 rugs, and they each cost wool or silk fabric. Here's what the first one looks like. Here's what the second one looks like. Not really a fan of the rugs. This one sort of looks like a chessboard. And here's what the 4th rug looks like. We also have what they call clutter. And here's everything you'll need to make them, and here's what they look like in game. A couple of my favorite items though, and one of the reasons I like Frankie's theme the most is because it comes with this skeleton, which you see here. And I'm gonna show you a couple things you can do with that skeleton later. We also have Frankie's operating table, and I really like that one as well. Here's what it looks like. Also really like the electronics that came with this theme. There's everything you'll need to make all 4 of them. The thing I want to point out is that you can actually interact with the typewriter. Here's another one of those items. Here's another one. But this one is probably my favorite Frankie item because it actually emits electricity. And I thought that was pretty cool. And this one's called Frankie's Machine. So if you want this Tesla coil thing, you'll have to get the premium track of the LEGO Pass, or you can just wait till it comes to the item shop at a later date. But yeah, those are all of the Frankie's Place decor items. And the last one we're going to take a look at are the Shadowed Countess decor items. And again, if it's red, it's most likely going to require iron. I believe almost every item in this entire theme requires iron. Not all of them, but almost all of them. So again, that's one of the reasons I said you're going to want to farm some iron before you start decorating. But yeah, first we're going to start off with the beds. There's everything you'll need to make them. And here's what one of the beds look like. And here's what the other bed looks like. I kind of like this one with the skull on it. We also got a bunch of counters and tables. And here's everything you'll need to make all of these tables. And here's what all of those tables look like in game. I went ahead and put a lot of the counters together. We also got the other tables here. And we also got a couple tables over here as well. We also got some chairs, some stools, as well as a bench. And there's everything you'll need to build them. Here's what those chairs and stool looks like. And here's what the bench looks like. We also got quite a few lights. And here's everything you'll need to build those lights. They sort of give off a red glow, which is kind of cool. Here's the 3rd light, here's the 4th one, and here's the chandelier. We also got some shelves as well as a bookshelf. And here's the 2 shelves on the wall. You sort of see them. They have a bone underneath them. And here's what the bookshelf looks like. Bookshelf's pretty cool. It also has a guitar on it. We also got a wardrobe and a nightstand. And the wardrobe holds up to 10 items, and the nightstand only holds 6. So we also got a boiler as well as this cabin stove. Here's what the boiler looks like, and here's what the cabin stove looks like. You can't really use the stove though. We also got 2 rugs. And those are kind of expensive as far as rugs go. There's what those look like. We also got a dragon trophy, which is probably one of the coolest things with this Countess theme. And there's what it looks like there. We also got a bunch of clutter. We'll go ahead and scroll over each of those so you can see what you need to build them. Here's what they look like in game. Looks like somebody needs to do the dishes. And the last thing we got was this dragon arch. It almost looks like a clothesline, but the dragon on it does look pretty cool. Also like having the skulls on there. Not entirely sure what that's used for, but that's what that looks like. And the last bundle I want to take a look at is the Halloween Town Hall bundle. And I believe this is going to cost 1,800 V-Bucks. Apparently it's 2,500 if you want to gift it, which is ridiculous. But yeah, this is the last bundle we're going to take a look at. And first we'll start off with the building. Here's everything you'll need to build it. It has a total of 43 stages. And here's what it looks like from the front. The building was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Even the front door is huge. But yeah, there's what it looks like from the front. And here's what it looks like on the inside. And you see the roof is very high up. We don't really have a lot of space to put a lot of items, but definitely a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So that's what it looks like on the inside. We got so many decor items with this bundle, we didn't have enough room to put it inside the building. So first we'll start off with the bed. There's everything you'll need to build it, and here's what the bed looks like. Not my favorite bed. We also got a couple of tables as well as quite a few counters. So here's what the counters look like, and here's what the table looks like, as well as this small table. We also got a lot of different chairs and benches. So the benches are the chairs that are on the side, and the chairs are the ones that we have in the middle. For some reason, we also got a bathtub in the town hall, and here's what the bathtub looks like when you use it. We also got quite a few different lights, and here's everything you'll need to build those lights. Out of all of those lights though, I would say these green ones are probably my favorite, and they do sort of give off a green glow. But yeah, here's some more lights over here. Most of them give off an orange glow. We also have this green light on the wall. Here's what the chandelier looks like. We have that one on the inside. And here's what this small candle looks like. So those are all the different lights that you get. We also got a bunch of floor displays, which you can see here. I think the only thing I like here is this little bat symbol statue. We also got a zebra rug, which we placed down here. We also have quite a few banners. I didn't build these because they actually come built on the building itself. So I already had them placed down. But there's the different banners. We also got some pumpkin clutter. Twin pumpkins and a tombstone, which you can see here and here. And we also got a bunch of sculptures. So we got a podium, some curls and swirls. What is that, a tree? A tombstone, well, a couple of tombstones. A new fireplace and a fountain. And here's what all of those items look like. So out of all of these, I would say the fireplace is probably one of my favorites, only because we don't have a lot of fireplaces. I also like the tombstones, which you can use for graveyards. And that's all of the decor items you get from the Halloween Town Hall bundle. Like I said, I did want to show you all what I've been working on the past few days. So for those who made it this far, congratulations. You're about to get a sneak peek at what we've been working on. And it's not done. It's still sort of a work in progress, but I'm going to try to finish it before Halloween. Anyways, we're going to try to make this haunted house an interactive haunted house. And I want to show you a couple of the things we came up with so far. So one cool thing you could do when it comes to making a haunted house is include jump scares, right? So we have one that gets triggered with this activation plate, and boom, you got a skeleton that jumps out at you. So that's one of the things we've been working on. We also have hidden rooms inside this mansion. So the way you get to this one is by standing on this pressure plate. So as you see, the entire room is swiveling around right now. giving us access to a different part of the mansion, which we wouldn't have been able to get to. So we also have walls that swivel in 360 degrees. Go ahead and bring it back. There. Not only that, but we also got false floors. So if you're not watching where you're going, you can end up in the dungeon. You also have to figure out a way to escape our dungeon. You could try jumping over the fire, but if you know how to parkour, then, you know, it shouldn't be too difficult for you. And the last sort of obstacle we got so far, oh, jump scare. The last obstacle we got is to like jump through spider webs, right? So that's something else we'll probably be adding on to our haunted house. But yeah, that sums up everything that I wanted to go over for this one. Just wanted to show you all the different buildings you get from the Lego Pass, and I also wanted to show the Halloween Town Hall bundle. Let me know what you think about the Fort Nightmares Lego Pass in the comments below, and let me know if y'all would like to see our haunted house once we finish it, because we're only about 30% done with it. But if y'all would like to see that, we'll try to get that done within the next week or so. But yeah, that sums up everything we're going to go over for this one. Again, huge shout out to everybody who's been using creator code A1, as well as our YouTube members. Hope y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.